quick episode recap. The teen cast members of Love Now gather around the classroom as Yuki admits to wanting to quit the show. People around her have been teasing her lately, criticizing aspects of her life, and the negative attention has become stressful. The others show their support, wanting to help her get through it together, and Kumano is even willing to quit if she leaves. But this all appears to be a part of the show's marketing, and Yuki excitedly brags to the cast how much attention she's gotten from it. In reality, she was exaggerating the truth with more flair. She does get teased, and she did think of quitting at one point, if only because they filmed so early in the morning, but it's an act to get more attention from viewers. Kumano then invites Aqua and the cast for dinner, stating Memcho will be buying. She denies offering to treat them, but at Kumano pointing out she's been earning a lot recently from her streams, she ends up pressured to buy dinner. While eating, Aqua observes that Akane is doing all the grilling for both of them. She insists on doing it because she is a vegetarian, so it's her policy to help out in these situations. Seeing her also take notes while listening to Memcho talking about what the audience likes to see, Aqua confirms that she's an earnest person. Back at home, Ruby vents her frustrations on Aqua about him enjoying good food by himself. They always ate dinner together on Sundays, but he's been unable to participate since filming started. Ruby is angry with how staged the show is, considering they always film on weekends, when the concept is supposed to be a gathering of friends after school. Aqua disagrees, however, happy that the show prioritizes letting them do their schoolwork, and lets the cast freely portray themselves the way they want to. She wonders if people truly fall in love in these shows, but it really depends on the person, some being serious about finding love, while others think it as a part of their job. Compared to what he initially thought reality shows would be like, he's surprised to know both the show and cast are less fake than he imagined. At his troubled look, Ruby questions what's wrong, and Aqua explains that lying is the best way to protect yourself. Later throughout the show, Yuki and Kumano became a couple, with Kengo as an onlooker, creating a love triangle situation to entice more viewers, eventually increasing popularity with the youth. While the cast sleeps in a van, Memcho asks why Aqua isn't partaking in the love quarrel among the trio, stating it'd get him more attention. But he'd rather play it safe and stick with Memcho until the show ends. Likewise, she is sticking with her airhead comforting persona, as her goal is to draw viewers to her streaming channel. She worries most about Akane, however, and we see that even off-camera, Akane is very diligent with her work, always practicing to better herself. She walks in on her company's president yelling at her manager for Akane's disappointing lack of screen time on the show. He had chosen her to appear over others, and she is failing to meet his expectations. She apologizes to the manager, but he tells her not to worry, promising to be her shield. Blaming herself for being spineless, Akane promises to work hard and leave her mark. Elsewhere, Ruby wants to post her dislike for Isoda on Twitter, but Kana scolds her. She warns her that it's dangerous to call out branded goods online, as it might end any potential cooperation from that company if they find out. In the same vein, Kana questions if Ruby does any ego surfing, which she denies. Snatching away her phone, she immediately sees that Ruby has been looking herself up quite often, embarrassing her. Kana explains that they live in a society where online marketing is important, and tells Ruby that 9 out of 10 celebrities look themselves up. However, she warns that if you gaze long enough into an abyss, the abyss will gaze back into you. Akane reads the online comments, but learns that many people don't have much thought about her. Later on set, Aqua sees Memcho and Kengo filming a video for the show's official TikTok and Twitter. They are using the platform to promote the show and ask Aqua to join as well, but he refuses. They see Akane approaching Yuki and Kumano, and she asks him to follow her. Many viewers look down on Akane, feeling she has no role in the show despite her efforts. Acting on the advice she's received from the director, Akane decided to play an aggressive role to stand as Yuki's rival for Kumano. Later, while Yuki does Akane's nails, Akane admits to wanting to stand out and leave her mark before the show's conclusion. But Yuki won't allow her to steal the spotlight away, telling Akane not to hold it against her. While she was talking to Kendo, Yuki interrupted and pulled him away to show him something interesting. Remembering the people counting on her, Akane chases after them to stop Yuki, but she accidentally cuts Yuki's face in the process, something all caught on film. This flusters Akane immensely, but Yuki runs over and comforts her, telling her to calm down. Yuki recognizes that she's trying her best and merely got lost in the moment. Akane apologizes for injuring her face, worried it might affect her job as a model, but Yuki is chill, stating Photoshop can easily fix it. The girls grow closer as they state their mutual respect for each other as a person and make up with a hug, but the onlooking Aqua is skeptical the issue will simply end there. Unfortunately, the internet is flooded with negative criticism toward Akane, calling her a nuisance and telling her to get lost. Akane posts an apology in hopes of clearing the situation, but this only invites more insults from fans. She recalls Memcho discussing online criticism and her advice that apologizing is the worst tactic for combating it. It's essentially admitting you've done something wrong, which attracts more negative attention. The public doesn't believe Akane's sincerity, and she finds it hard to cope with the situation. Every moment of her day has become stressful, and at school, her classmates gossip constantly about her, justifying the online criticism by stating she always acted arrogantly. Despite her troubles, she hides it from her mom, not wanting to disappoint her. Her manager also advises that she not post anything online, as that would only fuel the flames. In a flashback to her past, we see Akane hard at work since young. She has diligently worked for her entire career, but the public around her only insults her as arrogant, cold, and fickle, not seeing past her mistakes. They believe what they see is just her facade, and are blind-eyed to the truth that she has always been trying her hardest. A comment from a longtime fan dropping their support for her is the last straw, and it devastates her. Everyone in the cast is worried about her, and she messages back that she'll go pick up some food. She quietly walks outside in the heavy storm, but at some point, Akane sits in the rain, blankly staring at the ground. Looking down at the busy roads, she reflects that she's tired of thinking, not wanting to think anymore. She leans off the bridge railings, but someone quickly pulls her back. It turns out to be Aqua, and he pleads for her to calm down.